I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me. Twins vs. Blue Jays. My team pick is Blue Jays moneyline. The Minnesota Twins are coming off a loss yesterday against the Toronto Blue Jays with a final score of 8-10. This loss would break up the Twins' 3-game winning streak as they now sit tied in their series against the Blue Jays. Minnesota's pitching has relied on how well they can produce strikeouts in their games as they sit at the top of the league in strikeouts. The reason why I say they rely on their strikeouts is they have an ERA of 3.88, which is odd for a team that leads the league in strikeouts. This is showing that when the Twins are unable to keep their ERA low in games because of strikeouts, they tend to allow runs, as we saw in yesterday's game against the Toronto team, which ranks third in strikeouts in the box, managed to score 10 runs on Minnesota. Alek Manoah has a record of 2-0 with an ERA of 3.09 and 13 strikeouts in 2 appearances versus the Twins in his career. Bailey Ober has a 1-2 record with an ERA of 4.40 and 16 strikeouts in 3 appearances against the Blue Jays in his career. With the Blue Jays having the advantage of pitching in this matchup, I do believe they will have enough of an edge to win against the Twins, much like in their win yesterday. I am siding with the Blue Jays on the money line. My total pick is over 8.5 runs. The Toronto Blue Jays are coming off a win against the Twins yesterday with a final score of 10-8. The Toronto Blue Jays this season have struggled on defense as they rank 24th overall in ERA and 3rd to last in strikeouts. With how poor their pitching has been this season, the Blue Jays have had to rely on their offense, which has also not been producing much either. Toronto is 22nd in batting average at .228 and 4th to last in runs. If Toronto wants to build off their win yesterday, they are going to need to take advantage of the Twins' pitching and tighten up their own in the process. The Minnesota Twins have an over-under record of 4-1 in their last 5 games. While Alek Manoah has a 2-0 record against the Twins in his career, his ERA of 3.09 will likely lead to the Twins finding some runs to keep this game close and result in an over total. Last season as well, in the 3 games played in Toronto, 2 of those 3 games ended up going over their total. I am siding with the over at 8.5 runs. Phillies vs. Marlins. My team pick is Phillies minus 1.5 runs. Philadelphia has been the hottest team in baseball since the middle of April, as they've rattled off an insane 20-4 record over their last 24 games. They're on an absolute tear at the moment. The hot streak has catapulted them into first place in the NL East, where they hold a 2.0 game edge over the Braves. The oddsmakers still aren't showing Philadelphia a ton of respect, listing them at just plus 200 to win the division. Atlanta is still a sizable favorite at minus 250. The most recent win for the Phillies came on Saturday, as they beat the Marlins 8-3. Bryson Stott was the offensive hero, racking up 4 RBI with a 2-5 day at the dish. Taijuan Walker earned the win after allowing just 1 earned run over 6.0 innings of work. Zach Wheeler gets the nod in Sunday's series finale, and the 33-year-old will be gearing up to make his 9th start of the 2024 campaign. The right-hander has been lights out this season, coming in at just 4-3, but owning a 1.64 ERA, 4th, and 0.89 WHIP, 7th. His 63 punch-outs are the 3rd most in the MLB. Most recently, Wheeler faced the Giants and blanked them over 7.0 innings, allowing just 4 hits and a walk while striking out 11 batters. He earned his 4th straight win in the 6-1 victory over San Francisco. These two teams are trending in opposite directions, and considering the Phillies are sending their ace to the bump, this feels like a no-brainer to lay the 1.5 runs with them. Let's start with Zach Wheeler and how he's coming into this game with a 1.64 ERA, 4th, and 0.89 WHIP, 7th. The right-hander is on fire right now, allowing just one earned run over his last 4 starts. That's over a 25.1 inning sample size, which equates to a 0.36 ERA. Philadelphia has been on a tear, winning 20 of its last 24 games. They've won 15 of those games by multiple runs, so I'm pretty comfortable laying the 1.5 runs here. Meanwhile, the Fish are 0-5 SU in their last 5 games, failing to cover the 1.5 run line in each contest. This game should be a beatdown, so let's ride with the Fightin' Phils. My total pick is over 7 runs. Meanwhile, the vibes are horrific in Miami right now as the Marlins are out to a 10-31 start this season. They've already shipped Luis Arias to San Diego, so it looks like they've already thrown in the towel on the year. The Fish have dropped their last 5 games, which includes getting swept by the Dodgers 6-3, 8-2, 3-1, before losing the first 2 games of this series with the Phillies 8-2, 8-3. Jesus Luzardo was saddled with the loss on Saturday, but he looked solid, lasting 5.2 innings while allowing just 2 earned runs. Offensively, the Marlins amassed 11 hits but managed only 3 runs. Vidal Bruggen and Otto Lopez each homered in the losing effort. Braxton Garrett will head to the bump on Sunday afternoon, and this marks his season debut after missing a quarter of the year with a shoulder issue. The left-hander is coming off a respectable 2023 campaign, where he went 9-7 over 31 appearances, 30 starts, posting a 3.66 ERA and 1.15 WHIP. Garrett looked excellent in his final rehab outing in the Florida Complex League, tossing 5.2 scoreless innings while racking up 13 punch-outs. He racked up 156 strikeouts over 159.2 innings of work last season. This is one of those games where there's a serious chance of the Phillies clearing this total by themselves. Over the last 15 days, Philadelphia has been the best offense in baseball, ranking first in team batting average, .282, second in OPS, .814, and 8th in home runs, 15. This is a team that typically lags in the batting average department, so you know they're feeling good when they're able to spray it around the yard for average. Astros versus Tigers. My team pick is Tigers moneyline. The Astros have been one of the surprise disappointments in baseball this season, and unless they turn it around, they could be staring at some difficult roster decisions. Justin Verlander is a Hall of Fame caliber pitcher but is having a rough season on the mound, allowing 11 runs in 22.1 innings pitched. In addition, with a .457 expected opponent slugging percentage, a 13.0 barrel percentage, and a 4.67 expected ERA, opponents are making hard contact and crushing pitches against Verlander to easily drive in runs. The Tigers are putting together a promising season and hope that in a competitive division, they can still make a push for a playoff spot. Jack Flaherty has bounced around in recent years, but is having a great season as he's only allowed 20 runs in 42 innings pitched while tossing 56 strikeouts. Additionally, with a .232 expected opponent batting average, a 36.9 whiff rate, and a 2.98 expected ERA, opponents are making minimal contact and struggling to drive in runs against Flaherty this season. The Astros look to wrap up this series strong, but the Tigers are turning to one of their better starters, and I see them controlling this one at home. The Tigers should constantly plate base runners with Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter making contact and putting together strong plate appearances against Justin Verlander to easily drive in runs. The Tigers should limit the Astros lineup with Jack Flaherty building off of 2 starts where he only allowed 2 runs and deliver multiple scoreless innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a lead. The Tigers should win the game with a strong performance at home. Take the Tigers moneyline as home favorites. My total pick is under